Hello, welcome back. We just got out of Finding Dory.
Yes, we did.
We were gonna be here on Thursday, but I had to work, and it was dead, and I was bored most of the time. But
that would have been a better time for us to go. I didn't really come into this movie with much expectations. I knew it was Finding Dory. I knew it was a sequel to Finding Nemo, so I was like, okay, cool, this should be good.
honestly, if you like the first one, and I mean the first one's great. I legitimately think the first one's one of the best Pixar movies ever.
It's amazing. We're not going to spoil the shit out of this film. We're going to talk about it. There might be some scenes in what we talk about that you haven't seen or weren't in the trailers. Just so you know, there are going to be minor spoilers. So, spoiler alert, you've been warned now. Just press the time code, and it'll take you to the end of our video, and we'll have our rating system in there, and we'll tell you just what we thought of it.
Finding Dory is about Dory, played by Ellen DeGeneres, a blue tang fish, and you know her. She has a tendency to forget things because of short-term memory loss. And in this movie, she's trying to find her family, which pieces of her memory start coming back to her because of instinct, and so it's hitting really, really strong. And so throughout this movie, she starts kind of regaining pieces of her memory. And so Marlin and Nemo offer to help her out because, you know, return the favor.
Yeah, right.
This one is... it's light. And it's weird to say that because this movie is about, you know, mental disabilities and the stigmas behind them and psychological trauma. But unlike Inside Out, which tears your heart open, this one's like... it's all centered around Dory, and Dory's like a fun character to have. So throughout the entire adventure, there's nothing as scary as like the scene with Bruce in the first one where he gets high on blood and starts chasing them. There's nothing like as crazy as oh, what was it? Like Nemo facing off against the dentist's daughter or something like that. There's nothing really that intimidating here.
Have nightmares about her.
Right? Did you actually see that they had a picture of her in the museum, in the Marine Life Institute? Yeah.
Why?
It's an Easter egg.
Oh, they always do that, how with all their movies.
You see Dory inside this fish tank, and behind her is, weirdly enough, a picture of one of the fishes from the first movie in a bag, tied in one of those paper bags, and next to it is a picture of that dentist's daughter from the first one.
I didn't see that.
It's in the very background. I'm looking for that kind of stuff in Pixar because, if anything, Pixar is fantastic at
I
details.
always forget they do that.
Do y'all know about A113?
Yeah, I know about it.
Truck and all that.
Yeah, it's in the it's on the license plate of the truck at the end of the movie.
Oh, it wasn't?
Yeah, it says Cal for California and then A113.
I was wondering because they really focused in on that, it seemed.
Oh, it did.
And
They
I was
always
like,
do that.
why are they doing that? It seems so insignificant. That makes sense now.
It's Finding Nemo Part 2, so everything you expect from the first one. You've got a colorful cast of characters. You've got a more light-hearted tone than the first one, because the first one had, I think, genuinely scary or dark moments, and this one does too.
And also because of the fact that we were 8 and 10 at the time.
That's also part of it. Although, I have seen this recently, and you kind of do feel like, for younger kids, this shit can get
emotional.
Can get really emotional. I felt with this one that the story just kind of kept moving along to the point where, like, you really didn't... yeah, it just kept swimming, so you didn't really have enough time to kind of sit with the emotional weight of what was going on.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's to say that, like, whenever it does get emotional, that the movie just kind of skips over it. It does give it its proper time. Just, it's a light adventure, keeps on going, and, you know, there's honestly not much to it other than Dory's trying to find her family, and a bunch of animals help her find them.
Yep. Definitely hit you in the feels. Definitely be prepared for that.
I teared up only after you pointed out how accurate that scene when she was panicking was. And I was like, wow, poor Dory.
Yeah, no, Dory...
Really depressing. And I teared up.
That's kind of the great thing where if you're a kid, you get it because it's a simple story. But there are a couple more layers coming
Yeah,
at this
there
as an
are.
adult. Like her parents trying to deal with her, like the mom's crying like, oh my god, what if she never has a normal life? Like, that's some heavy shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, what happens if you're a kid with Asperger's or autism or Down syndrome, and like, how does that affect you going in the real world? Like,
with a child with a disability. Yeah.
I know, like, people were really hesitant to help you, and that's really why I like Nemo in this. Because Marlin at one point starts snapping at Dory for always forgetting things, but Nemo's a disabled fish too.
Little fin.
Yeah, he's got the tiny fin, and so he's always like really sassy and like jumping to a rescue. And I thought that was, without him going into, I'm disabled too, Dad, without him going into one giant exposition speech, was really nice to have.
Yeah, he was really sassy.
Oh, so
Loved
sassy. I love Nemo. My favorite character in this is Hank,
Hank.
the octopus.
Hank the
I
octopus.
fucking love this dude. Because he's
Had
like,
a change of 3 hearts.
he's like a curmudgeon-y octopus who can blend into literally everything. And he's trying to help Dory because Dory ends up in California at this Marine Life Institute. They put a tag on her, and the tag means that after she leaves the quarantine version of the hospital, that she can go to a marine place in Cleveland, which is where the octopus wants to go. So he offers to make a trade. Like, if he helps her find her parents, then she'll give him the tag. He's such an asshole, but I love him. He's as much of an asshole as like a PG Disney movie will let him
He
be.
reminds me of that grandpa that you can't help but love, you know? Y'all have that family member? Your
Wait.
sarcastic grandpa who drinks really shitty beer, but you love him because he makes bad jokes.
I have a
I mean,
uncle like
the octopus did drink coffee, which I thought was awesome.
Black coffee.
Like, can octopuses drink coffee? No, legitimately, because Pixar's all about details. Like, the short before this movie, I swear you could see every individual
gosh.
grain of sand. So, can octopuses really digest coffee?
There were a few things in this film that
I'm gonna Google the shit out of that.
I have my phone in my hand, I'll do it right now.
Awesome. The beluga whale looked like he had a tumor.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe that's why his echolocation didn't work.
Because he has a tumor? Oh, that's depressing.
Tumor, I'm a
Wait.
tumor, I'm a tumor,
I'm sorry.
I'm a tumor.
Well, no, there are
I'm a
a pair of two whales that help her out, and one of them is nearsighted, and the other one can't use echolocation. And I thought they were both kind of adorable.
She would squeak when she hit the wall.
Aw.
That was so cute.
Where the hell is Bruce and Crew?
In Australia,
They're home.
that was part of what I was worrying about in before coming in. I was like, all right, so are they gonna like have to travel all through the ocean
What
again?
was I
And
looking at?
no, they just take the AAC or the ACC that Crush and the Turtles ride in.
The current.
Yeah, the current, which is basically like a super highway for fish.
Yeah,
Did you know the director actually plays the turtle?
I didn't say that.
That's cool. One thing I really like about this film, and this series in general, is that Marlin and Dory don't end up as love interests.
They're like BFFs.
Yeah, they're best
Awesome.
friends, and you rarely see that in movies with like a guy and a girl just friends.
Somebody as childlike as Dory. He's basically her caregiver at this point.
Yeah, but you know that some movies, I mean, we've got one in the top 10 right now, Me Before You, which is about a caregiver in
Life
the
support guy.
the dude that's
right to death or something like that. Is that what that's about?
I think he's paralyzed. Even like a mid-tier Pixar movie is still leagues better than half the other shit we get.
Yeah, half the other animated shit we get.
Like, oh, what are we getting? That Monster Trucks
Monster
movie in
Trucks?
January?
God.
What the fuck is that?
Fucking
A mistake?
Havoc plays a mistake. That's a good one.
You know what that reeks of? That's a guy sitting in a corporate office going, all right, we need a movie to make. All right, somebody just brainless ideas. One guy's like, sausage. They're already doing that one. Tax evasion. I like it, Billy. Evolve that idea. Some guy's like, monster trucks. Okay, monster trucks. trucks that have monsters in them. Oh my God, Billy, Vice President, right now, make that shit. Who are we gonna get to play it? Let's get the 6th most popular guy from X-Men Apocalypse to do it. Okay. Got your movie, January 2017.
Little unknown fact about that studio, it will be bankrupt after January 18th of 2017.
Jesus Christ. January is where movies go to die. Fucking Ice Age 5? There are 5 of these things?
And then it's gonna be having aliens in it.
Like, what the fuck?
Or
I want the end of that movie to be them all dying, because at one point they have an asteroid in this one, the big ass fucking asteroid.
Historically, they should be dead.
If you clicked on the time code, welcome back. Probably the most non-eventful review we've had in a long time, because Finding Dory was a good movie, and hey, that's a great sign. Don't have too much to say about it without going into all spoilers, so what we can just say is support it, go see it, have fun. The short before this one was actually really, really good.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, about a little seagull learning to
What was it
face
called?
his Piper.
Piper.
It's the name of the seagull. Tiny little seagull chick learning to face the ocean for the first time. Honestly, that is one of the most beautiful, just as far as like details go. Because for a good like full minute of that movie, that short, I thought that was like photorealism. Like, I thought that it was just live action.
Now you can see every grain of sand.
I know, it was ridiculous. So yeah, short's really good in this one too.
They probably used real water and sand.
Oh yeah, probably. I don't know what the hell. Honestly, with all these shorts, it just feels like Pixar is bragging at this point. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
they've
check
kind of
this
earned
shit
it,
out.
too.
Huh?
I'm okay with that. They've earned it.
Oh, they totally have. All right, Matt. We're giving our scores out of 6 stars. What's up, Matt?
4.5.
4.5.
5.
4.5.
And a 4.5 from me too. Altogether, that should be a
4.6.
4.6. 4.6, really good score. Not bad. So yeah, definitely go check out Finding Dory. It was a pretty good, fun little ride.
If you like Finding Nemo, you'll like this.
Definitely. If you like this video, this really short, non-eventful video, feel free to click the like button. If you want to be the first to know when new content comes out, also click the subscribe button. We have links to our Facebook and Twitter pages where we'll post breaking news so fast you'll break the fucking concrete about movies, video games, wrestling, whatever we're interested in. I'm probably going to write a more lengthy, detailed review. So that's going to be on Man Without a Plan blog spot in a couple days. We'll add that link also in the description. And we're going to maybe do a video on Central Intelligence if we get around to it. But for sure, next week, we're watching Independence Day, Resurgence, and Free State of Jones. So feel free to look for videos to those next week. Alright, y'all have a good night. Watch Finding Dory, and peace out, motherfuckers.
Finding Dory.
Finding Dory!